And it was really the life-changing experience of being a resident's wife and helping my husband being a resident. And the funny thing is, I knew about the business, but I still was blindsided by the emotional impact that the families go through.
Mm.
So I made the decision to retire from my corporate executive job after 11 years working at this organization, to start my own business because I felt like I wanted to be closer to the front line with frontline staff and equipping them and helping them to be able to better connect with their families and develop that relationship. And I share in both my books about how jarring the admission day experience was for us. We were transactionalized.
Hmm.
We were another busy transaction that needed to be handled in a day. And I'm not pointing fingers and placing blame on the staff because I understand all of the timing challenges that they have. But part of what I work with my clients is to explain to them and share them through my storytelling that they can have the opportunity to transform that experience and make a solid first impression, because that's where you start building the trust, respect, and partnership with families. And with you look at everything that families have gone through and residents over the last year, in particular with COVID, there is some definite repair and reestablishing and resetting that needs to happen. In my workshops, I talk about just a simple idea. When you've admitted a new family and resident into your home, that family member drives away probably in tears. And I remember walking
Hmm.
into the kitchen in my home alone, into the kitchen where that was my husband's domain. He was the chef
Mm.
of the house, and feeling incredibly alone. And if someone from the home had called me that night to say, Deb, it's so and so from the home. Ty's fine. He's doing great. But that must have been a really hard day for you. How are you feeling? How are you doing? How can we support you?
Hmm.
That would have made the world of difference that they saw me, they had compassion for me, and would have altered that feeling of being supported. And so by sharing that story, the number of clients that say to me they've implemented that and what a difference it makes, not only for the family, but when the staff has that level of a conversation, this is not about the clinical care. It's not about the transactional, making sure all the clothes are labeled as for laundry. This is about how are you feeling as a human being,
Hmm.
because it's likely that that family is feeling a tremendous amount of guilt, grief, sadness, anger, all of those really complex emotions. And so I wasn't having those conversations at the corporate boardroom table.
Hmm.
And that's what I really wanted to be able to experience more of.